I was muted. Hello, everyone. Gonna give everyone a couple minutes to join, and then we will get started. Just making sure there's no accidental screenshots or sneak peeks of the pattern on my screen. It's a big fear of mine. Thanks for joining, Tara. It's getting off a plane. Commitment. Okay, we'll at least wait for Olivia to join, and then we'll get started. I guess before we get started, raise your hand if you're new here. This is your first Toad Circle solo. You can either raise your hand with the camera or just raise your hand with the little, I think you can do it, yeah, what they're doing. Yay, so many new people. Amazing. Okay, well, how many people joined because they found out through Jess? We got a bunch.
I
Exciting.
love this. Also, my dog is losing his mind in the background. I hope that's not coming through the AirPods.
Um, No, I don't hear that. Zoom does a
Okay,
pretty good job at blocking off like
cool.
background.
Yours is a little scratchy.
Oh, mine is?
Yeah, at least on my end.
Is it scratchy for other people? Yeah. No. Some people are saying no. Okay, let me take them out and try again. How does it sound? Does it sound better?
A little bit better. It's like tinny. You know what I'm
Interesting.
talking about?
Yeah, I don't know how to fix that. Testing. Okay, well, this is the only way I have to be able to talk to you guys, so.
It works.
Okay. Sounds normal Zoom here. Okay, cool. Okay, Olivia, are you up and running? Where I don't see your face on my screen. Okay, wow, we have almost 60 people. This is probably the most we've ever had for our first call ever. Um, so that's super exciting. This is actually the most people we've had for so long ever. So, yay. You guys just must really love Jess because
No pressure.
no pressure, no pressure at all, but
It's fine. I don't have stage fright or anything. It's cool. Uh,
Oh my God. Okay, great. Hi, Mom. Is there a mother-daughter duo?
Yeah, I got my mom into quilting and she's joining.
Oh my God, I love it. Okay.
I brought her to
Yay.
QuiltCon and she was like, I'm not going to start quilting. And I was like, cool. And then
Okay.
2 days after QuiltCon, she was like, I just bought a sewing machine and she's already made 2 quilts.
Oh my God. I got my mom into quilting too, so that's fun.
Nice.
Okay.
my AirPod.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess Olivia's still gone, but I'm just gonna get
Mhm.
started. Yeah, it's like six after.
Hmm.
Everyone can see my screen. Fine. Okay, well, welcome to the Raven's Nest Mystery Quote So Long. This is week one. So week one is all about picking up fabric. And hopefully this Zoom call will help you do that if you're nervous about it. Hopefully this eases some of those nerves. And then, yeah, we usually say to wait if you're on the fence of joining the cheater club or not joining the cheater club. We usually say wait to after week one, after week one's call, and then decide because it might, easier nerves, make you feel more confident. Um, so yeah, we got introductions. Okay, so I am Taylor, the owner of Toad and Sew, and I guess a little bit about me is that I live in Seattle, Washington with my two rescue pups and my husband. We've been here about we moved here in 2019, so I guess 7 years now. That feels crazy. Um, yeah, and I love to read and I love quilting, obviously. So I kind of just combined my two favorite things into Toad Circle. And I'm assuming a lot of you guys share the same interests as me. So it's exciting. Yeah, that's kind of, I don't know. I'm originally from the Philadelphia area, Pennsylvania. So kind of have an East Coast part, but loving Seattle area. So, and now, Olivia, I'm assuming your mic's good now. Okay,
I'm all good.
okay. This is Olivia.
Hello. I'm Olivia. I am Taylor's assistant. We have been working together. I forget this number every single time I need to recall it.
Like 5 years, 4 years.
Yeah, something like that. Um, I am in the Colorado Springs area. Um, I obviously I quilt, but I really enjoy making bags as well. Um, Kind of any craft, really. And I also enjoy reading and playing video games. I like horror, some mystery thriller, sci-fi, as long as it's like science-based and not like Star Wars. A little bit of fantasy, but it's not really my taste. And the video games, my friends make fun of me. I play like job simulator games.
Oh
So
my God,
when I'm done working, they're like, "Oh, what, you're putting in a second shift?"
that's
So
crazy. Did you
yeah, I
really
really
like
like.
career day at school?
I
Did you
don't
have
remember
that?
ever having that, though. I might be blacking it out. Who knows? But yeah, I really like things like supermarket simulator and like lawn mowing simulator. Just anything where I
What
could like
about the
continue
bookshop one?
working. And
The
Tiny
bookshop,
Bookshop,
tiny
yes,
bookshop. I
that.
haven't picked that one up, but I might buy my friend's Switch off of her.
Yeah,
So yeah, because I play Stardew Valley, but I was playing on my iPad. Anyways, that's a whole.
yeah,
We have a gaming thread. So if we wanna continue that chat. Yeah, we have a D&D gaming thread. So
all the nerdy stuff. I
all
am
the
all
nerdy
for
stuff.
it.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. It's just a bunch of introverts trying to, find other introverts with similar hobbies, basically. Okay, and then we have Jess. So Jess, you want to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Jess. I live in Oregon. I live in a small town about an hour south of Portland with my husband and my dog. Um, I've been a hairstylist for a million years at this point and feel like my kind of like love of color came through there. And I, doing hair, people tell me how to be creative all day. So quilting just kind of turned into my space to make things that I wanted to make, like purely using my own creativity and not like following what somebody else wanted. So kind of what got me into it. And yeah, I started testing for Taylor, what, like
The
open
first
road?
open road, yeah, which was, yeah, 2020 or 2021.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, I started it and we were in the middle of this like week-long power outage ice storm and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, this is my first time testing a pattern and like no pressure. Oh my God,
Yeah,
like
she was like
and
one of my original testers. It's kind of crazy.
yeah, and I was never gonna make quilt patterns. I was like, "No, no, no, I don't do the math. Like absolutely not." And then I think I did all of Taylor's stuff and I was like, "Well, now I'm out of cool quilts to make. Like what next?" Um and yeah, I just kind of went from there. So otherwise, I read. I've been in a little bit. I've had a book hangover since I read the Plated Prisoner series in at the end of last year, and like
Writing it
nothing is
down. I'm actually in
it's really
kind of
good.
I'm in a little bit of a book slump too. I feel like it's been honestly this whole year has been
It's
kind of,
hard.
I don't know. I'm reading two very slow books that I'm like, you know, they're
Nothing
just
nothing is
yeah.
doing it for me after that one. So
Okay, so other people are vouching for it, so maybe this will bring me out of it, and then maybe it'll cause another slump. So
it will, but there's what, like five books or something?
okay, all right, I got
Five
five
or
books.
six? And like be prepared. Like there's it's a little filthy sometimes, so like watch out.
Okay,
Like FYI. Fair warning.
fair warning.
Um,
Oh yeah,
but
yeah.
but yeah, otherwise, like that's kind of it. I do a lot of sewing. I hang out with my buds. We get into kind of some weird shenanigans. Yeah.
I did see that you were lighting things on fire recently on your
Oh yeah,
stories.
yeah.
So
Last weekend was my birthday, and it was birthday weekend, and then it kind of turned into like girls' weapons weekend. Um, I also have a sword, and we were using a flamethrower to light burn piles, and we all had our knives out, and it was like, what is this? Why are we like this?
I love that.
Um,
Well, happy late birthday,
thanks, thanks.
belated
So
birthday.
yeah, we kind of get into weird stuff like that, and it's fun.
Awesome. Okay, well, does anyone have any questions for Jess? We will do a Q&A later on in the so long. I think in a couple Zoom calls we'll do like more of an official Q&A with her. Um, so yeah, you can always post things in the chat too. Okay, small agenda. I like to warn people that this is the most talk heavy Zoom call of the whole so long. It's basically just us yapping at you this whole time, but the next Zoom calls will be like more tutorial based, slash just show sew-ins where we're just like kind of hanging out and sewing together, and there might be like a tutorial or something. But this one's like very lecture almost heavy. So yeah, just keep that in mind. So if you have been a member for a while, you know that I like to run through Discord, just so the new members can kind of get a little like down low on the Discord and just kind of it can be kind of overwhelming when you first join Discord if you've never been on Discord before. But once you start clicking around, it's very easy. But I'll just like run through Discord in a nutshell for all the new people. So you've been here for a while, you can tune out during that. And then, yeah, just a couple more housekeeping things, and then we'll just jump into picking out fabric and understanding the coloring charts and like how it all works, kits, and then we'll go through show and tell of like all the fabric pulls that you guys have already posted in Discord and stuff like that. So, okay. Also, I'm loving how many people's cameras are on. This makes me very happy. Okay. First and foremost, if you haven't already signed in to the member area, that's where all of the information that you need for the so long lives. So that is downloading the pattern, just anything you need at all for the so long will be in there, like schedule, the Zoom schedule. I mean, those are like the main things. But basically, you just have to log in, and there's a member area on the top right corner of my website, but you can also hit Toad Circle member area. Yeah, you can find like partnerships and discounts. Yeah, all sorts of things. That's where you can vote on book. And um, yeah, if you have any issues logging in, please email us and let us know. Okay, yeah, here is what it looks like if you have not logged in. So book vote information, Jess's website if you want to check out her work. Our block of the okay. Block of the off month, you can download that as well. And okay, sorry guys. And then yeah, that's kind of it. We have a bingo card going if you want to play bingo. We kind of forgot about it last summer, but we can bring it back. Basically, if you just, throughout the so long, you can try to get bingo through different types of, I don't know, prompts, and then you'll get a little tag on Discord that like says you're a bingo winner. Okay, pattern updates. So the link stays the same throughout the whole so long. So that link lives on page 2 of the PDF. So you can click on this link and it should bring you to the most up-to-date version of the pattern. So technically, you don't need to go to the member area every single week to download the PDF. You can just keep hitting this link. You might have to clear caches or cookies, but yeah, so once you download it, you'll always have access to the most updated version. So that's kind of how the weekly updates work. We'll also send an email out weekly and also update the member area as well. Yeah, and if you're not if you're not seeing the most up-to-date version, it's either we've been better about it. We've been really good about 9 a.m. being Toad Circle. It's been a lot better. It used to be like maybe 9:30 would come out, but no, 9 a.m. on Tuesdays is when the new PDF is updated. If you are not seeing it, then clear your caches, clear your cookies first, and then double check that there's no messages in Discord or like issues that are happening.
This link in the pattern stays the same, and you can always use it to, like, if you click on it, it's going to look like you just refreshed the PDF. And you'll know that it is a new PDF because we changed the cover image to match what the task is for the week. So if you see that cover image changed, then you should be good to go. But if that link is not working for you, I've been trying to add the new PDF. So it's not associated with that link at all. It's just a new PDF in the member area. So like a last resort, you could always go back to the member area and get just a true PDF.
Yeah, because we just add on the week to the bottom of the PDF. It's not like a separate PDF. Okay.
The bingo card that is in the member area, that's staying the same. And the little tag for when it was created is just that, right? Like Q1 2000.
Yeah, I think I just need to update so it says Q2 instead of Q1, but I think all the actual text is the same. I need to double check though.
Okay.
But okay. So Discord community, I'm just gonna share my screen so you can see my Discord chat. But first and foremost, we have kind of changed things up a little bit so it's a little less overwhelming. There's less channels when you first join. Give people some like space to figure out Discord and then opt in for extra stuff that they want. So at the top, channels and roles, that's how you can get into like the extra like traveling, the D&D gaming, kind of like most of the off-topic stuff that doesn't have anything to do with the so long. Music, and then we have our unhinged reading room, spicy content, gore, horror, stuff that like you might be embarrassed that you're reading. That goes in the unhinged. It's a non-judgmental zone. So if that's not for you, don't join it. Rage Room, and then we have the Pickle Support Group, which is been around since Toad Circle started. I don't know. Everyone loved the color pickle, and then now we just send memes about pickles. So if you like pickles, you can join that. It's just kind of like an inside joke, I guess now. Yeah, so I will. Okay, and also you can tailor the channels you're seeing on the left side here through that same link. But I will just go and stop sharing my screen and go through Discord with you. Okay, I need to make sure just have to double check that the cheater club is not. Oh, I have to check like 100 times because I'm scared. Okay. Okay. Does this show my whole screen or?
It looks like it's just the Discord
Okay.
window.
Okay. Good to know. Perfect. Okay, so we're just looking at if you're a toadlet, so you won't no cheater club or anything like that will be seen. So when you first get here, you have all your threads and channels on the left side. I did go ahead and make sure that um, the default channels that you're seeing are the ones that are necessary for the solo long, anything you need. So that should be all squared away. I think some people probably weren't seeing the Raven's Nest on their left side like automatically. Now they should be. You should be. But if you're not, then you can always go up to channels and roles and up here and make sure that you can see it. Another way to do it is so on Tuesday morning, Olivia sends this big message that talks about what's going on in the week, if there's any news, anything that you need. And then if you click on like that week's post, it'll automatically bring you to the thread that you need to follow, and you can hit follow here, but it should automatically follow if you click on that thread. So that's kind of just the if you're not seeing the Raven's Nest, that's how you find that. So starting from the top, the server guide, this is welcome. So this is kind of like our rules. Talks about the roles that everyone has. You'll see everyone has like slightly different color tags. So we have your admins is me and Olivia, so we're orange. And then we have our Toad Circle friends, which is shop owners like Tara and Full Moon. Wow, we're creative. We have a couple of shop owners that participate and they might help you out with kits or sell kits, etc. And then we have our founding members. So anyone with the shiny blue, that's like an OG member. They've been here since day one. Love them for that and just want to give them special credit. And then we have our guest designer. They have a little crown next to the name. Guest is a little crown. And then we got our toadlets, lighter green, darker green is the toadsters. And then I added a newbie tag this round. So anyone that's pink, we know they're totally brand new to Toad Circle and, might want extra help or extra assistance if they're confused on where something is. And the rest of everyone can help them out. And then we have our cheater club, which will be the little devil face with purple font. And that is to distinguish who's a cheater, who's not a cheater. And so if you're asking for help, anyone that has like response with the purple little devil face, might have like a different insight that might be helpful and beneficial for you. So that's all the roles that we have here. And then if you haven't changed your name already, then there's information on how to change your name. Everyone needs to have at least the first name and last initial. That way we can keep track of everyone's memberships, etc. I added this channel tour before this whole channel enrolls situation existed, so
This
I
is
might
like
just
the
still,
story of our life, by the way.
yeah, it
We'll
always
come up with
is.
an idea and we'll go through the process of making it. And then I'm not kidding, less than a week later, whatever platform we just did it on, they introduce that.
Yeah, it happens all the time. All the time. So yeah, now this is kind of you don't I'm gonna delete this. But yeah, okay. And then we have our events. Our events are at the top of the thing. This is the event. This is every Zoom call for the entire so long. So you can go ahead, add them all to your calendar, mark interested, and that's how you keep track. We have the Zoom links in Discord, so you really don't need to go to your member area. Not you don't really need to for much. Yeah, and then I already talked about channels and roles. So this is where you can customize your channels on your left side. So you can put your pronouns in there, and then that'll populate on your profile. If you write new to Toad Circle with a yes, that's how you get that pink tag. And then yeah, browse channels. So you can click all of them. I typically have most of them on because I need to be in the know for everything, but you can definitely customize how you want. You can also customize how, like, your notifications. So the welcome new members, this is just really hectic during the first week, but after that, it's pretty calm. But you can right click and hit your notification settings, and you can have it. So nothing for that specific channel is notifying you. And you could do that. You could have it notify where all your messages in that channel are alerted to you only if someone at message mentions you. So you can also just mute channels for whatever, how long. So you can really, is this also new where you can pin channel to top? That
I
has to
think
be
so.
new.
I saw someone basically give that advice in one of the channels, and I have not investigated it yet. But that is good. If you frequent specific channels, then it'll bump them up to the top, regardless of what our ordering is.
Yeah, so you can like pin the Ravens so long to the top. Oh, that is new. Definitely new. Cool. Love that. And I mean that's really good. This is like, the most used one. Okay. Anywho, so we kind of have them separated out. So town hall, that's kind of like what it sounds like. It's like all your information center. So bulletin board, that's where we post the weekly information. Giveaway information. Support is where you go if you have any questions. So if you have any questions about your membership, well, membership might be best for email, but any other questions, pretty much you can get answered in support, whether an admin answers or someone else. People are pretty quick to answer, so you can that's the quickest way to get help. Any like specific billing or membership subscription stuff, send an email to. That might be the best way for that. But and then suggestion box, if you have any ideas for new things we can introduce or things that we could be doing better, you can go there. And then, okay. Then this is your so long thing. So I have it pinned up here, but the so longs is the block of the off month is there too. And then if you opt in for seeing the previous so long, you'll also see side street so long in there as well. So you can go back, and if you want to work on that and you want to see what everyone else created, you can have that as well. Okay, and then front porch is like your introductions, your location. If you find someone that's local to you and you want to chat with them, that's kind of a good, you can search too if you're like, oh, I wonder if anyone's from my town. Search and, I don't know, maybe make a new friend in person. And then Toad's Animal Friends. That's where you post your pets and animals and any cute thing that you want to. It's one of the best threads we have. So then we got general. if you have anything that doesn't fit in anywhere else, general is a great way. If you post something that like we think has a specific thread, we can just say, hey, this would be a great place to post this. So we'll just like tag the thread that would be a better suited place for that. But just general. Toad and sew patterns, like it said, all patterns for toad and sew that are not so long sewed circle related. Fabric advice, this is a good place to like ask if someone, hey, does someone have this swatch? I want to see like these two swatches compared. I need help looking for a backing. Here's my quilt top, anything like that. It's a great place. Also like quilting advice. It's kind of just like an all catch-all um quilting advice space. So like if you're like, I just finished this quilt top, what anyone have any Panto suggestions? That would be a good place to put that. Past toad circle sew alongs, kind of like the toad and sew patterns. It's any like because we don't keep a log of every single pass sew along. It just would be crazy. It'd be too many. So we just have one thread going, for all of our past. Like I think it's Marlene has all of her past ones here. Look how beautiful that is. Um, and then we go to book club. So book club or it's like this. So book talk is just basically the general chat, but book specific. And then our sew along books is the books we read specific to the sew along. So once you guys all vote and the book is picked for this sew along, we'll create a thread in here, and this is where you all chat about that. And this would be also a good one to pin to the top once we start like chatting about that. And then book reviews is this book I'm about to read it. It's kind of like your Goodreads or Fable or whatever you use to post your reviews. It's a good way to post what book you read and see if anyone else has read it, and you can chat about it in there. I like to just like copy and paste my book reviews from Fable and just put it in there, see if anyone else read it. Off topic, we have a feel good feed. If you just something's good happening, could be really anything. And then also that's where the Rage Room would be and the Pickle Support Group if you opt in for those. Hobby Corner. So we have Craft Corner, which kind of has a bunch of different things in there. You can add one. You can add a new post as well, like a new thread. So we got like miscellaneous sewing projects. Garment sewing is a big one that has like a lot of activity. Gardening, really kind of anything you want. I mean, I created a stationery one because I'm obsessed with stationery, but if you have something else that I don't know, maybe you're into like needle punching or something, you can create your own. Just I asked make sure that you post it with a picture so it looks pretty. But that's my and then that's also the hobby corners where the traveling, the D&D thread would be. All of those opt-in ones. Okay. That's it. Does anyone have any questions about Discord? Is anyone feeling overwhelmed? Unsure about Discord? Feeling good? Okay. Cool. Okay. Gonna go back to the okay. That makes me really happy, Kate. Oh wait, no, Kate. Sorry, Elizabeth. About the different servers, and this is the most impressive one. Wow.
Oh yes,
That
I did.
really that really
Sorry.
makes me happy. Go
Sorry.
ahead.
I
No.
did. I made a note mentally to myself to mention the craft supply swap channel or
Oh,
forum. And I completely forgot. So thank you for reminding me. There is a forum style area. We'll just think
yes.
of it as a channel because everything in Discord has a fancy name. There's an area in Discord where if you have a need for craft supplies or you have extra craft supplies that you're willing to get rid of or want to get rid of, There's an area where you can kind of like post like a want ad basically situation. The only thing is that it's not an area to sell. So don't post anything that's like selling this bag that I made for $300. Like it's just things that need a new home or you're looking to give a new home to. I think the most that someone's done is say like as long as you cover shipping, it's yours. So you can post in there. Um, it's officially called.
Yeah, I didn't have that checked for some reason, so I'm just gonna
It's
like,
literally called Craft Supply Swap. And if you see like there's a search bar. It's in different places, whether you're on mobile or desktop. There's a search
yeah.
bar in Discord, and it literally searches every single thing that you could think of. If you just type that in, it'll bring you to that area, and you can go search around in it.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, yeah, I like that it said taken. This is kind of gonna be like self-facilitated by you guys. Kind of imagine it being like, I don't know, like any other like Reddit or something. So just make sure, yeah, like if something is taken, you guys update that, and then
Yeah, you can
yeah.
change, you can edit the title of it to say taken, or you can completely
Mm,
delete it if it's like completely done. It's
yeah.
up to you. But yeah, think of it as like a little Craigslist situation, buy nothing
Yeah.
group, like Carrie said.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't know why that wasn't. And yeah, it'll just be under the hobby corner. I have that as that should be a default that everyone sees. So pretty sure. Okay, cool. Okay. Book vote. If you haven't voted on a book yet, now is your time to do it. So it's funny because I actually picked a different theme and then switched at last minute. And then after I picked all these, I was seeing so many more options. Like I was like every single book I see now has a blackbird on the cover, has like a crow on it. So the theme is Corbid. So there's some kind of a lot of fantasy books right now in this, but there is the mystery one. And this is like a YA, and then this one's a new book, The Raven Scholar. So cast your vote. You can do it right now with the QR code, or it's in your member area. But yeah, the deadline for your vote is next Monday night, and we'll announce on Tuesday morning with our newsletter, and you'll know. It'll be in the PDF too. Okay. Yeah, here's the bingo card. So yeah, if you do the bingo card, um, yeah, I mean it's a fun little thing just to get, I don't know, fun prompts for Toad Circle. I also don't think it'd be that hard to get bingo, just accidentally. Cheater Club. If you are a Toadster member and you would be a part of the Cheater Club, go to the Toadster General chat and like the post that Olivia posted with the little devil face, and that will automatically add you to the Cheater Club. Um, Once you click on that, there's no going back. You will have access to it. So just warning you. And then if you're not a Toadster, but you want to be a part of the Tutor Club, you can upgrade to become a Toadster, and you have to email us to change your tier. So, okay. That's that. Okay, now we're gonna actually get started on the so long stuff. So, anyone have any questions about any of the housekeeping? Okay, we got some clues here. I mean, I guess I can hand this over to Jess. Do you want to take over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, how do I not give it away?
I know that's the
Um,
hard part.
I'm like the worst secret keeper too. Like if I've got a present for somebody, I'm giving it to you 6 months before Christmas. So, uh,
Good
let's see.
practice.
Yeah, the inspiration behind this one. So, in Oregon, we have Mount Hood, and um, there's a historic lodge up on Mount Hood that is called Timberline, and my best friend worked there for years when we like first really started getting close. And they're like very Pendleton vibe, like just fun, funky Pacific Northwest, kind of cabiny feel. And I didn't realize when I made this quilt like, or I made the design like probably 2 years ago and stuffed it in a folder and named it Raven's Nest. And I didn't realize that that was actually the name of one of the bars that she worked at up there.
Oh, wow.
It just felt like I was like, oh, this is Casey. I'm gonna name it Raven's Nest because that's kind of her favorite bird. Um, so yeah, and she's an American traditional tattoo artist, and so she's got that like really bold style that like I definitely pull from a lot, and like we inspire each other back and forth quite a bit. So that was kind of the inspo behind this pattern. Yeah, it's got the geometric feel and the bold colors and stuff like that that kind of bring the medallion in. So
I was like, that is a clue, right? I'm like,
it's what?
I was like, that is a clue, right? I like it's like but it is. We're good. We're good. Very Jess. I feel like if you, I mean, I put that in because if you look at her body of work, it fits very nicely in her body of work.
Thank you. It's so funny. It's like I think, gosh, there was like one of your patterns I tested that Tara at Full Moon made a kit for, and it was like titled the same thing, like very Jess vibe. And I
Oh
was like,
yeah,
oh, I didn't realize I had such a vibe. Okay.
yeah,
And
definitely.
so when I saw that, I was like, that's cute. I like that.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you kind of just went through this. We just like pull. It's really hard to come up with a mood board when you don't want to give anything away. So,
Yeah.
okay. We have, you can make mock-ups that we're going to be showing you. Also, if you've seen them in Discord, this is how you make them with the prequel. So yeah, this is also in member area. So. Okay, you can also make them in Canva. We give you both options. So if you have used Canva before, it's pretty intuitive. So once you kind of click around, you can kind of figure it out. But I think we have instructions on how to do it too. Wait.
Wait, did someone answer? Sorry, did someone answer the what would very just mean as a clue?
Yeah,
Okay, just making sure.
yeah. That's what we were um referencing right there. Okay, so Canva mockup, briefly has instructions on how to do that, but if you want to add like your actual fabric swatches, this is a great way to do it. Because I think Prequel you have to pay to get your fabric swatches. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah, I think a basic like free account will let you like you really don't need an account at all, but you need a paid account or like a subscription account or whatever to be able to access adding your own fabric swatches and using fabric swatches that other people have added, like other shops.
yeah. So Canva's a great free resource. Don't need to pay for it at all. You can play around with these mockups, add your own fabric swatches. All you have to do is drag and drop in drag and drop into the square and it will show you. Okay. Um, so understanding the color chart, this is something we do to kind of help you guys pick fabric without knowing the pattern, which is arguably the hardest kind of obstacle we had to figure out when we first started this. So create this abstract mock-up. This is not what the pattern will look like. It doesn't represent the pattern at all, but it represents the colors and the percentage that you would see the colors in the final product of the quill. And it also represents the colors that will be touching each other, if that makes sense. So if B, this red square, is touching D, E, and A in this abstract mock-up, that means in the quilt those fabrics will be interacting in some way and touching each other. So if you want to make sure that if they're really, really low in contrast, and there might be some areas where you're like, oh, I might have to adjust because these two fabrics are touching. Or if you picked like a really bold print for B, you might not want to pick a bold print that's directly touching it. Yeah, okay. So we talk about this in the first PDF, so you can read through all of it, and it kind of like breaks down more in depth of what all that means and how it all works. But yeah, so we got the scaling. So go back to here. Like C is the smallest square in this abstract representation, which means it is the least amount of fabric, least amount of, I don't know, least prominent color, I guess, in the whole quilt. So if you're looking for like a pop of color or something, you might, and you don't want it to be like overbearing, then C might be like a good option for that. So, and then A, the background fabric, most prominent color. And then, yeah, touching colors I talked about. Values, I think we'll talk about that in a couple slides from now. And then prints as well. We'll go into more detail about prints. Okay, yeah, so this is like the solid version and then a prints version. So this is the same slide. I'm sure anyone returning has seen the slide 100 times now. We don't recommend directional prints if you care about the direction of the print. If you don't care, you can use whatever fabric you want. If you want them all to be, if you care about the direction, I just would avoid anything that has like a very clear direction. We don't write the pattern to explain how to use directions or anything like that. So that's just something to keep in mind. Yeah, and okay. These are some of the examples we have in the pattern. I don't know. Olivia, how do we usually?
I specifically pulled examples from the quilt kits that had been made by the three shops instead of
Got
coming
it.
up with them on my own. So the first two are Wildwood Creative.
These two.
Yes.
Wow,
Wait,
very moody for. Are you sure?
yes. Those two are Wildwood Creative. I think the second one is By and By. The second pair is By and By, and the third pair is Full Moon.
I love this one.
Yeah. Yeah, that one,
Um,
that last one's for sure Full Moon.
this one.
No, the sixth, all the way down. That one.
Yeah, that's for sure full moon. Um, yeah, I mean, I think what I've noticed about this pattern is it's I feel like it looks good in so many different colorways with the values. Like a lot of times I'm like, well, you want either a light background or a dark background. But this one, like a medium background looks great. And you could do a fun color for a background. Um, like this one, like blue background. You can really kind of experiment on that. So I don't know, Jess, if you want to like dive deeper into picking fabric, like what you suggest, or like a good starting point or anything like that.
Hard. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like so many color options work with it.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, it's like, yeah, having a light background and maybe like color E being a little darker is fun. But then
Mm-hmm.
you can totally flip it and have like that dark background and color like E will really pop and everything else in the center will pop.
Yeah, I
It can
think,
really,
and
it's
then there,
versatile.
yeah, and there's ways to like if you like high contrast, there's ways to make your quilt look a lot more bold by, I think, I feel like I need to see. Hold on. I need to pull up my phone real quick because I want to make sure I'm getting the right letters correct when I'm saying what I'm saying. Um, okay. Yeah. So color D and E. If you want high contrast, then like having those be opposite values gives you that like bright, bold contrast. Um, it also looks very good low volume.
Yeah,
There's like,
one of the cheaters sent me some pictures in an Instagram DM, and she did all kind of like low volume, and it was really cool.
yeah, yeah, we
It
got some
it
low
made me want to
volume
make one
version.
like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't shy away. Like if you like low volume, you like the moodier thing. And like when I say very just, someone asked, I think Will, in the chat asked if it like felt like an autumn quilt or like, like if it veered any one direction or anything. And I was like, well, Jess has a lot of like moodier PNW vibes. That doesn't mean you can't go like bright and neon and rainbow. It looks great with that too. So you don't have to box yourself into this like moody raven vibe, if that's not your thing at all. So
Just to clarify, when you say low volume,
yes,
the quilt picture of Jess's that I shared in this chat, that is what you're considering a version of low volume, correct?
yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
you could have like, I mean, I would consider this pretty low volume. I mean, if this D was a few shades darker, it would be very low volume. Um, let me see if there's another example.
I'm pretty sure that's like the only kit that was considered low
Yeah,
volume. And I
yeah,
definitely wanted to include it here to show that like you don't need a bunch of like black and white and pops of color. Like it looks
yeah,
just as good when you pick even like just that one. If you stick to one color and you pick all different
yeah.
shades close
It looks
together.
good monochromatic for sure. What's my definition of low? So when I say low volume, if you were to take a picture of your fabric pool in black and white, if all of the colors looked the same shade of gray or similar shades of gray, like there wasn't like a bright white and a dark, dark black, that is like what I consider low volume, where they're all kind of lean towards like the same grayscale. So you can put your fabric, you can put your mock-up in grayscale, or you could put like your actual fabric. And some people oftentimes will lay out their fabric in exactly the same like format as our mock-up. So they'll like lay out the background and then like fold it in a way that it looks exactly like this mock-up. And then you can put that in grayscale and see kind of what it looks like if there's like anything that's like really bright or really dark. Then that like wouldn't be considered low volume. But you could also do like low volume in certain areas. Like this one, I feel like maybe not that one. Like these three colors, I would say like are low volume in the sense that they're all the same value. Like if you were to grayscale them, they would all look exactly the same color gray. Um, does that make sense? And then we have some of the people in the build a color palette, which is a thread that toadsters get. So if you send me some inspo, I'll make a mock-up for you. And then, yeah, and then it's just a fun way to get kind of your color palette going. So Maggie wanted this landscape. So I kind of took these like terracotta colors and wanted like a little pop of blue, but mostly kept it, I don't know, pretty deserty. Um, and then Earth, Dusty and Muted. This one's like almost low volume too. Like if this green was like very dark and then this was like a very light cream, then Low volume is a phrase used to describe. Okay. I wonder if there's a low contrast. How about every time I said low volume in the last 20 minutes, I really meant low contrast? Does that make more sense?
I feel like that, like,
Okay.
I think of that as low volume too, but then, yeah, there's the low volume of like Prince. I don't use
Yeah.
Prince. So, um,
Oh my.
yeah,
Okay. So low contrast.
yeah.
I mean, you could say low volume, but I'm going
I
to.
mean, technically, low volume in the way that she was using it does mean not turned up too loud, in that the color differences between each other are not turned up too loud.
I mean, sure, if you want to use that as a way to remember it. Low contrast. I like that's easy to remember. Um, muted. Muted kind of works too.
Would stripes be an issue for any of the fabrics?
We got someone saying yes.
Um,
Oh,
it depends on how loud you want your quilt to be. And I say loud meaning
in your
like
face.
in your face. Um, because there's not any directions for making sure that your stripes are all going the same direction, and therefore the stripes could be lots of different ways. So if you don't like that and you like having control, I would not use a stripe. Though a stripe could be fun if that's the vibe that you're going for.
Maybe a low volume, low contrast stripe. Small, skinny stripes that are almost the same color that it reads as a blender. Then that might work. But I would say probably not the best pattern to use stripes. Especially if you're not a cheater. I think I would save stripes for maybe something else, in my opinion. Not that it couldn't look cool, but I don't want that responsibility of like saying, yeah, it's gonna be great, and then it like you hate it. Because my goal here is I run this Mr. Salon, but I want you to be happy with your quill at the end. So that's why we're here for you. We're here to give all sorts of advice.
Yes, definitely save the
Stripe
stripes for the
stripe
binding.
binding.
Stripe binding would be great.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay, someone's
someone,
question.
yeah, for Jess,
B and C.
B and C. So the two accents in the quilt, they're trying to choose those, and they want guidance on which one to choose where. Like, do you have a preference for where
I
you would
mean,
put B and C?
so you'll see that B is slightly bigger than C, meaning it's
Yeah.
more prominent in the quilt. So if you have a color that you want to be more prominent, um, then I would go for B for that one. If you want something that's like more subtle or just like a really small pop of color, then C is probably would make more sense for that.
I feel like C can almost turn into a little bit of like a focal point if it's a
Mm,
bright pop,
yeah,
and I like that.
yeah. hmm
Um,
But it won't have a lot of that color in the quilt, but it
exactly.
will it will stand out if you want like say you want like this brown, but you're like, I really just want to put hot pink in there. Like C might be really cool to put hot pink in there.
Yeah.
I did see that at least in one instance, there may be more people doing it. I've seen that people are matching B and C and using the same color for both.
You
So
could
if
do
you
that.
have enough to use one or the other for both of those, then you could do that.
That would look good.
And then there would be more of that color if you like that color. If you like C as a hot pink and you're like, man, I wish there was more hot pink in there, you could just use hot pink in the B place as well.
Someone asked if I'm using Statch fabric, should I be concerned with the fabric cuts? I would for the background, yes.
I don't understand this question. I think I
I
need
think like I
clarification.
think they mean like the full amount of width of fabric. That's how I like it. Is that
Like
what the question is? Like,
like it's been subcut a little bit before and it's
yeah,
not the full 42 inch.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I have some like backing fabric that I've like used and it's not fully 42 inches. I would say if you
So
had extra of it, then you're probably good, but you've
I would definitely wait until week 2 instructions come out where you can see the cutting instructions before committing to anything.
yeah,
Yeah, I'd agree
that's
with
good
that.
advice. Okay, we got Dragon Birthday. Cute.
That's
Um,
cute.
yeah, super. This reminds me of a Terra full moon kit as well,
Yeah.
like her colors. Oh, and then Kiki's delivery service. I couldn't decide which mock-up I liked better, so this is kind of a good example of like, do you want this like citron color to be really prominent in the quilt, or would you rather the citron be like a pop of color and everything else kind of um be a little more neutral? I mean, neutral is not really the right word for that, but yeah,
I say go with the full citron.
And
I like that
the
one a lot.
contrast of that white would make it a pop of color, essentially.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
So if it were put in the C place, um, with how dark that background is, then it would act as its own little fake pop of color.
yeah. And I also just like want to make a note here that while we try really hard to get these abstracts to be as accurate as possible, it's very hard to come up with these. So, like I will say, even though the background is dark, if you had a light, are these being, no, what are these? D&E?
Mhm.
D&E. If you had light D&E, it wouldn't necessarily read like a very dark background quilt, if that makes sense. Um, so just something like you could have a dark background and then not feel like a dark background quilt. Does that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say I was the one who came up with the way that I put it in the pattern where it says like I think of the main focus of being D and E. And that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I go through this quilt in picking fabrics in the way that my brain works, and I would pick those two first
yeah.
and then pick my pops of color and then pick a background that works with all of those. Jess, do you have a different process for picking like what order you would pick first?
Well, I feel like I usually it's hard because I've seen the pattern. Um I always start with like my pop of color, like my bold colors. Um so I would be starting with the brightest ones and then I kind of build around that. But that's just kind of my method. And I typically lean towards darker backgrounds anyways.
Yeah. I mean, like when
So,
yeah, when I'm making these mock-ups, like the first color I'm putting in there, I need to look at the letters. I'm like,
yeah.
the first color I'm putting there is D, and then E, and then background, and then pops of color. So that's
Oh,
how
see, that's
I'm,
funny.
yeah.
I'd start with B and C doing
Oh,
mine and like then build out from there. But then again, like B and C in the cover quilt are like my two favorite colors. So maybe that's maybe my bias.
I mean,
yeah,
that could be a way to go. If you have like two favorite colors that you absolutely want in your quilt, you put them there and then you build a coordinating palette around those favorite colors in the other
Mhm.
places.
yeah.
Yeah, that would totally work.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions? I'm like, I hope this is more helpful than confusing, but
Yeah, by this point, I feel like tomorrow is usually the day where it's like, well, I thought I had it picked out, but now I don't know.
yeah. Anyone have any questions? Okay. Well,
So
we're
I
gonna
have one
run.
little
Oh.
I have
Go.
one little comment. Um, this is Debbie. If those of you who know the pattern, are you having a difficult time picking out your colors?
We have heard that it did not make it easier.
We have
But I
heard
think,
that that's normal for all sew-alongs.
yeah,
Sometimes people say knowing is harder because now I'm like obsessing about it.
Makes sense.
Whereas, yeah, whereas when it's a mystery, you're like, well, I don't really know what it's gonna look like, so I can't really obsess about it. It's kind of like,
yeah. I think the difficulty comes from seeing it and then not being able to choose out of all the mock-ups that they've made, which one's their favorite, in what placement. Like there's just so many options in front of them that it makes it hard to narrow it down. Whereas if you're not a cheater and you're looking at the tiny little abstract mock-up, then as long as your colors look good and you've gotten the okay from someone who has seen it, because uh, in this one and in the last one, if you're sharing your abstract mockup in the week one thread, most often they're being recreated in the full mockup and shared in the cheater club and analyzed.
Oh,
So,
and then we're like, looks good, looks
yeah.
great,
So if
or we'll
someone in
like
the
give
cheater
specific
club,
advice.
yeah,
I will
we,
say this is the first time I'm back to mystery after maybe 4 or 5 rounds of cheater. And I thought it was going to be so stressful because I'm like finishing my master's. I'm trying to do a bunch of different things. And I was like, you know what? Done, ordered, over. I picked my things and now I'm just going to let it go.
So I don't know if that's helpful. It's always hit or miss if the cheater is easier or better. I don't know.
I'm
But
sure it's
yeah,
a
if you're
personality thing too. Of like
yeah,
me,
if you
I
get
would be a cheater because I need to know and I cannot go into it unknown, especially if I'm ordering fabric. For me, I need to know. So I would be a cheater. But I other people may be a little more loosey goosey with it. And that, that's their prerogative. That's on them.
it's also like part of the fun of it being a
It is.
mystery. Also for people that are, you know, self-diagnosed control freaks, it could be a way to let go.
Yes.
And it could be a practice of letting
An
go.
exercise for everyone.
An exercise for everyone. But if you get the okay from the cheaters, just know that we all looked at it and it looked good and we were like, yeah, it looks great. We're not going to steer you in the wrong direction for sure. Yeah. And we'll give like very specific advice, like swap these two colors or this color doesn't fit. Um, okay. I'm also an eldest daughter, so I get it.
Same.
Okay. This chat has the most, what am I trying to say? The most participation we've ever had. So I can't run through everyone's here, but gonna go through quickly doing some show and tell. Um, if you have a specific one you want us to talk about right here, right now, and you want feedback on it, then either post it in the week one chat or just upload it to this Zoom chat, and then we can like talk about it in real time. Um, okay, here we go. I don't know why, like, okay, sun's coming like right in my face. Okay.
It's so nice to see the sun. I haven't
Oh, I
seen the sun
know.
in days.
It snowed here today. It snowed yesterday,
Oh,
snowed today. It
I
didn't
know
stick,
It's
but
my
in the
brother's in
40s
Colorado,
here.
dude. I don't know. It was 75 today and beautiful. I did not want to work. So, okay. Um, yeah. See how this is like kind of laid out like it is in the mock-up? This is really helpful. I'm assuming this is the backing. I really like a combination between blenders, solids. I feel like this is a good pattern for that. So
That
I just wouldn't.
that marshmallow, like roasting
Mm,
marshmallow print, the AGF one, that kind of reads as a stripe. So again, with the same advice about the stripe situation, there's not going to be a real control over which way those sticks go, as long as you're okay with
yeah,
it.
but I really love the color combination. I feel like it'll read really nicely.
Yeah,
Um,
I like that.
There's an example
blue,
of that combination of beansy.
yeah. Are these slightly different? Just like very similar? Totally fine. Um, Got lots of training. Starry looks amazing in this. If anyone has any Starry or needs an excuse to use Starry, this is a great project for it. Um, these are very different options here. Yeah. This would be a great example of low contrast. If you were to make this grayscale, it would be very like subtle. You would know one part besides maybe this would be popping out to you. Um, oh, okay. Oh, love that. Okay. I need to pick. Okay, Rebecca's got one in the chat. Um, yeah, I mean it's like a nice monochromatic palette.
I
I don't
like the
really have
choice
any
of
notes. Yeah,
those pops of color.
yeah,
It feels very autumn.
Yeah, I think that'll look really good.
yeah. Like this is gonna be perfect. This is gonna be cute. Like the pops of color in this one specifically, the pops of color are just like darker fabric. So that's where you're kind of getting like that contrast. But I mean, honestly,
Mhm.
like if you like the fabric together, I know we say this every time, but if you like all the fabric together, it'll probably look good. Oh, this should be in the pickle chat. This is what the pickle chat was made for.
I feel like the last cell was like the green cell, and now this one is just like, yes, we have someone else doing another green this time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, I feel like this looks like is this a kit or no?
Mm-mm.
It looks
Oh,
like terrace
cute.
colors. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like hard to say because I haven't really seen any that I'm like, it's not going to work. You know,
I saw
I would
one
say
that
like
reminded me of like a banana split, like Neapolitan ice cream with like a
this
little bit
one.
of yellow. Yes,
Yeah,
I think
this
it was
is
that one.
really
It
cute.
looks so
That
good.
I am really crushing on this citron color. Mona Sunshine. Also, guys, caveat to the swatches online. Just know that they're not exactly what the fabrics look like in real life. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. If you can get the fabric shop, if you're ordering online, to send you a picture of the actual fabrics, or if you have the physical fabric swatches, just make sure or ask someone, be like, hey, this is what I'm thinking of. Does anyone have Mona swatches? Can we just double check that these are the colors that I think they're going to be? I find that the swatches online are typically darker and more muted than like the actual fabric. So, if you're new to quilting, you might not know that. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, if you have a local quilt shop that you like and has a bunch of options, I would say make your mock-up in Prequilt or in Canva and choose colors and then use it not as a recipe, but as a template for like holding up against the wall of fabrics and picking one that looks closest to what you're looking for.
Yeah.
And you can also do that, hopefully, if you email an online shop and say, here's the colors that I'm thinking. Do you have anything that you would put in these places based on what you have in stock?
Yeah. Speaking of Tara, who does a wonderful job at this. She just joined. So welcome, Tara. Um, she will help you out if you're like, yo. I'm just like, I love how I just like put work on you. I'm like, yeah, send your mock-ups
Honestly,
to
it's fine.
Tara. Okay.
It's been a day,
She has
but
like
I'm happy now.
every Kona color, every HEF,
Yeah.
correct?
Hmm.
So if something's weird, like there's gonna be a Kona or an AGF that
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
There's a mock-up in the Zoom chat asking if colors should be moved in this.
I don't think so.
I was
I
just
think if
thrown
only
off
thing D&E
Danny. I
could
guess
be
I was
swapped.
just because you were saying that the background isn't as prominent. I want the green to be the most prominent.
Oh, okay,
So
then maybe D and A.
DNA
Jess,
swap.
Jess, what do you think about that? Or Olivia?
Mm, I have to pull up a picture of the quilt now.
I feel like I need to make a mock-up of it. Put that in week one and I'll make a mock-up of it.
Okay.
Jess, what do you feel?
I feel like we need a little mock-up.
Yeah.
I feel like okay, there is a lot of A.
Yeah, there's
So
probably equal parts DNA.
yeah, I would say if you want green to be prominent, I would keep it in the A spot.
Okay.
Because it will look good with D and E in their placements, I think.
I think as is would look good.
And I think it would still read as a green quilt.
Yeah,
Mhm.
for sure.
Yeah.
Especially because D is like a greenish color.
I mean, Jess, do
Mhm.
you think that your cover quilt reads as a blue quilt?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And her blue is in the A spot. So
yeah,
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
So D is the second most prominent.
yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And then E. Okay. Okay.
Trying to like picture it all in my brain.
I know. It's like I have to try to picture the mock-up in my brain. Yeah. Mm. I like a good pop of color, you know? Like I think I don't know. This is really nice. No, they're low contrast. It's gonna look good.
I love it.
Yeah. So this will read as like a very purple quilt. If you want less purple, you could swap that like center cream. If you want a purple background quilt, then this will look great. Yeah, I don't have any notes on that. It's just like I think this is such a fun pattern to do a color background. Like I don't feel that way with every quilt. I feel like some quilts it's very difficult to do a fun background, especially if there's a lot of different colors. But I really feel like if you want an excuse to use purple background, pink background, blue, go for it. Love this with it's like the perfect quilt for these labels.
if you do jump to the present, there's a few that were shared
Okay.
recently.
Okay, cool. Landing on this. Yeah, I like
Ooh, I love
this.
that.
I love it.
Yeah.
This red's really nice. I'm thinking of black, white, gray, and a pop of color. What?
I would personally put black as A and give yourself 2 pops of color. So you have 5 total.
So my initial thing is if you want high contrast, so you want like big moments of like light touching dark, I would go like a gray A, black and white for either of these D and E, and then pops of color for B and C.
Mhm. Honestly, I really like Tara's quilt kit that has like the lime green in it. Um,
Hmm.
I think you could do with black, white, and gray. I personally would do lime green and like a bright blue, or like lime green and pink,
Yeah,
the classic combo.
classic. Yeah. I would say the only
Right.
thing I wouldn't do is make a bold print.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I would steer. I haven't seen any like mock-up or pulls that veer into that direction. Like this one will work because the background is speckled, so it's blender, low volume. Low volume, yeah. Now I'm like overthinking everything I'm saying with the um, but I love this cheetah print. That's fun. This will be like a really fun little like Lisa Frank moment going.
Mhm.
Um, I once used 27 fabrics in a quilt. Oh my gosh. Um, okay. Yeah. Um, kind of all we can go through now. It's 6:20, so probably move on. But yeah, if anyone I it's like really it's hard because I really feel like there's not a ton of ones that I'm not really loving.
Yeah, I feel like they're all kind of working. I
Yeah,
like the one that was just recently shared in the chat.
yeah. Oh, this one. Oh, I love, yes. Meg's
Hmm.
mom. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's really nice. But post in the week one and we'll get back if you want advice.
I just scrolled back up to look at the marshmallow and gingham and dark green
Mm.
background one. And being a dark green loving girly, I love that one so much.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are killing it. Really, honestly, I'm very impressed.
I feel like
I,
every mock-up I've seen, I'm
I'm
into.
yeah,
Yeah, I think you went through you went through a period where you're like, this one's my favorite. No, this one's my favorite.
I know
There
it's
for a
so
little
hard.
bit.
yeah. I mean, it's also like, oh, Vicky. I don't know if she's in this, but I always love Vicky's pools. She's got some really good options in there. She kills it every time. Okay.
I
Let me
think
go
there's
back to
just quilt kits left.
yeah. So after all of that, if you're like still don't know, don't want to think about it, we have quilt kits available
A lot of quilt
and
kits.
a lot of quilt kits. And they're all in the I don't know, you can go to the member area and see there'll be a quilt kit link and see all of them.
Mhm.
So there's basically a version for any type of color combination you're looking for.
Mhm. And most of these shops, well, all of the shops, I know them well. If you find one that you're like, man, I really wish I would have gotten that, but it's sold out. Wildwood Creative already went through a process of like picking alternatives, so that way you still kind of get the vibe of the quilt, but it has like slightly different colors. They'll do that if you email them and say, I'm really interested in this one that sold out. Can you like swap out some and try to make it work with other
Yeah.
colors?
Yeah. Silver sold out. Yeah. The problem is it's like the background. There's a lot of background fabric with this one, and that makes quill kits harder to keep in stock. Because like I don't know what three kits will equal an entire bolt for background. So you just gotta. I think that's why a lot of ones are sold out. Um, yeah, this is the first round Wildwood hasn't done mystery quilts, but it's always fun.
But you
Maybe
can still
you
do
can
that.
you can request, be like, hey,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Wildwood
Oh,
Creative and Tara. Is Tara still doing
yeah, she well
mystery?
she'll show up with a custom.
Yeah,
Could have a few, but have the exact.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna be like out of town this weekend, but I do have all of the fabric for the ones that I'm sold out of getting delivered.
Mm.
So it just wouldn't ship until like week 2. So if you're
Yeah.
okay with that, I can do the sold out ones.
Which I personally believe it's not a lot of cutting. I feel like so it may go fast. Though I haven't actually done it and I'm looking at a paper with numbers on it. Just you could probably give a more accurate description of that. If you're like running behind and like your fabric gets delayed in shipment or something.
This
I feel
is
like
like
it
a
should be
full
quick.
this is like a full 8 weeks so long. Like we're gonna
Yeah.
be I think the guessing isn't until like week 7, which
Yeah, it's
usually
going
it's
to
week
be
5.
revealed week 8. Mhm.
So yeah.
This is gonna,
You guys are
yeah.
in it for 7 weeks.
Mm.
I mean, to be fair, I think I made the quilt in like 10 days. So if somebody got super behind,
Yeah, I feel
they
like
could,
the pieces are big, in my opinion, but I
yeah,
want to give it
yeah,
away, but like you'll
but
see.
also I don't know if somebody else is, starting sewing at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that might be
Definitely
part of
not.
it.
Definitely not for
I'm
me. I
definitely
would
not
be
doing
like sewing till 1 a.m. type of
that.
girl.
You'll see.
I'm the opposite insomnia.
I wish I was a morning person. Oh my gosh. Caitlin, I am partial to the left because I love a good pop of like coral. It's kind of like my favorite thing, so
I
I might
do
be
really like
biased.
that tone for the background. The A.
Yeah. And I just like lean in general more warm, and the left is more warm. So again, I'm probably biased about a warm tone quilt. So, um, okay, well that's it. Does anyone have any questions? That was a lot. I know, again, like this is the first week and we talk a lot, but promise you it's less talking in the future.
How's
Unless you want.
how's the book voting going? Does it is one
There's
running
a clear
ahead?
winner. There actually is a clear winner so
Yeah,
far.
the last time I looked, there was definitely a clear winner. Let me
And
make sure.
yeah,
Still definitely a clear winner.
yeah, so noted. Yeah, usually it's like a tie between two almost, and like one just pulls ahead. No, but this one seems pretty clear. I feel confident if I went and bought the book tomorrow that it would be the winner. So
That said, if you have not voted and you want to potentially sway the voting with chaos,
but
you
how
still
would they
can.
know?
You still can.
Is this the first time we're doing where you can only vote for one book?
Mm, I think so. Unless you set
Like,
up the voting form last time to allow two.
I think
I
I
don't
voted
know,
for
but
two.
oh,
I
okay.
Yeah, I voted for two,
Okay. Well, never
but
mind
it
then.
put them on the same line, so I don't know how that works for you guys.
I think it still
Um,
tallies it. It just
yeah.
takes a percentage of all of them for that single book each time
Okay.
that was submitted.
Yeah.
For as a first timer, what do the future Zooms look like if it's not talking like this? There's not a screen share presentation happening where we're
Yeah.
reading slides and giving a bunch of information. Um, I think the next one would potentially be some like demonstration type tips and
In
tricks
the
for
beginning.
sewing in the
Yeah.
beginning, but that usually goes pretty quick. And then the rest of it is us sitting here yapping
Yapping.
about nonsense. Usually it is Love is Blind chat, though there is not a Love is Blind season happening right now. So we may
Love
be
is
safe.
Blind. Yeah,
We may
yeah,
be
we'll
marked
talk.
safe as safe
Yeah,
from that chat.
we'll talk reality TV shows, we'll talk books, we'll talk sewing, pretty much anything. It's kind of just like a open-ended hangout. If you have specific questions, we will talk about them. Um, if you want like a specific tutorial, we can do that as well. But yeah, just come hang out and chat, and that's like very open-ended. Bring a beverage of choice, in the winter, we'll do hot cocoa. Now I'm like, a nice cold beer would be good, but I don't drink beer, but whatever you want. Yeah, and just hang out. And yeah, this is the only lecture one.
Yeah. And then the next one that happens week 5 will be the Q&A, where all of the times you guys can have cameras on and chat and speak up whenever you want. But that one will be a feel free to ask questions to our guest designer situation, kind of a back and forth, get to know you situation. And then the last one is book chat and show and tell virtually with pictures that have been shared in Discord to show off all of the finished quilts. Hopefully, we will have finished quilts by then.
Yeah.
I'm sure we will.
I have a finished quilt.
There's one.
I'll show mine
we'll
off at
have
that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we'll do a book. Like the last one is us talking about the book for the first half of it, and I like will go through questions, like prompted questions of like what you guys thought about the book. We'll rate it, normal book club talk. And then yeah,
Most
we'll do
people
show and
start
tell.
out loving it, and by the end of it, they say they don't like it anymore.
Yeah, mostly me. Yeah, but you got 8 weeks to read the book, and finish your quilt. So. Any other questions? You guys excited? I'm excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited to see all of the sewing start.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, did I tell you guys that when I finished the cover quilt, I put it in the wash and I used a different backing fabric and I used a black backing fabric and it bled
Was that
all
your saga
I,
a long time ago?
yeah. Yeah.
I was worried that that was the cover quilt for this when we were
Uh-huh.
sharing it.
Uh-huh. I got every bit of it out, but I was sweating so hard. I'm like, if I have to
Did
remake
it
this
look
exact same
cool or
quilt,
no?
the what?
Did it look cool like tie-dye or no?
No. Nope.
No.
Nope. Not at all. It was not good. But I got it all out.
What fabric did you use? What black fabric?
Oh my gosh, it was like a Northcott flannel. And I've used the Northcott cottons before and it was fine. But like normally I like a Robert Kaufman flannel on like all of my backings or like AGF.
Yeah.
And I couldn't find any of the Robert Kaufman anywhere. And so I have like a kind of local quilt shop and I was like, okay, I use Northcott cotton, so the flannel should be fine. And even if I pre-washed it, which I still didn't learn my lesson, but even if I would have pre-washed it, it's still like it took like 5 soaks in my bath to get dye to stop coming out of it.
Okay, noted. Don't get that flannel.
Don't use Northcott flannel. They're probably going to sue me now, but
no, I mean
like
you
a
can't claim whatever if it's not true. I mean, if it is true.
For the
Yeah.
newbies
So
here
it was wild.
that are coming from garment sewing to quilting and have never made a quilt before, in the quilting world, we put a lot of faith and trust into the manufacturers, and we typically do not pre-wash our fabrics.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this and you're saying, why didn't you pre-wash it? That's why. But we usually they do not bleed. But it is still common practice for some people because modern manufacturers tend to have that nailed down, but not all of them, obviously. and you can't really trust fabric that like you've thrifted or you've sat on for a long time, you don't remember what it is. It doesn't hurt to pre-wash. Though when you do pre-wash, you kind of lose some of the yardage, and so you tend to need to order a little extra. But if you're a garment sewist, you know that.
Yeah.
I'm really like a handful of color catchers and a prayer to the quilt gods kind of girl.
Yeah. Or I just like don't even wash my quilt.
Oh, I wash it. That's like part of it for me. I want to see the crinkle at the end, then I like it. Otherwise, I don't like it up until I see the crinkle.
Yeah, most
most of mine are
quilt
unwashed.
pattern designers typically do not wash their quilts because they are cover quilts and they need pictures.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get a good picture of a quilt that has crinkle if you're trying to eliminate the crinkle.
Yeah, like I want no crinkles when I take photos. But like once I start using the quilts, then yes, I wash them. But
that's wild. I've never taken photos before washing the quilt.
Well, you also have like a very different like photo style.
I got a weird vibe over here. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
I got a lot going on.
It's a little grungier. I think it fits with the.
Yeah.
And
the crinkle kind of adds to the grunge color effect.
We're a little rumpled over here. Yeah.
Wait, so everyone just throws it into the wash immediately? That's crazy.
That's like I finish my binding immediately in the wash.
I have a Joplin right now that I'm afraid to finish because it's like I've never had a problem with bleeding, but it's like red and orange and like a white background, and I'm like,
what's the fabric you used?
It was just like a mix of stuff from my quilt shop, so I don't really know.
Okay.
But
well, if it's from your quilt shop, it's probably good.
Yeah. It's
just
also a lot of people have problem with red and white, so I'm like,
definitely get color catchers.
Oh yeah, for sure. I have the what is it called? It's like the little yellow liquid in a bottle that's dye.
Yeah.
It makes the dye float in the water or whatever.
Well, Retain, I think, locks it in. There's another one. I know Synthropol or something.
Synthropol. Yeah.
Synthropol saved my life.
Is that what you use?
Yeah, I did like probably 5 hot water and Dawn dish soap soaks.
This only happened once to me in the beginning of my quilting journey.
Oh, this was my first time and it was brutal. And it was like, of course it's going to be for this one.
I mean, you had time.
I did like 5 of those, and then I did 1 soak with the Synthropol, and then I washed it, and I gave it a little smooch, and it worked. It's a quick little kiss on the forehead, you know?
So are you like never gonna watch that again, or what's it?
No, I'm definitely
now.
It should be fine. There's no more. My color catchers are clear. So,
okay, amazing. Well,
but yeah, that Northcott did me dirty for sure.
That reminds me of one of my favorite comics I've ever seen, where it was like a bunch of clothes that said hand wash only, and it was the next frame was like the girl throwing them all into the washer and just saying, "Look out for each other in there." Just like
how I do laundry.
I love that so much. Yeah, I'm not hand washing anything.
No. I just recently kind of started sorting.
Yeah. I mean, I will sort whites and darks. No, I'll do whites separate and everything else in the same.
You're a little more advanced than I am.
In a delicate cycle and calling it a day.
Yeah.
I don't sort anything at all. I say, if you're meant to live in my closet, you will put up with this wash. If you can't hang, then I was not meant to wear you.
I like it all a little crusty.
I like a lot of white tees. Like I feel like I'm typically like in a white tee. So I just like save all of them until I wash my sheets, which are like light. And then I just throw them all in with my sheets. It's not very advanced at all. Because I don't have enough whites to do its own load. Like I don't know. So.
I'm with
then
you, Taylor.
I
do like a light load once every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And the dark load is like twice a week.
Yeah, exactly. So
I mean,
and then it sits in my dryer for like 2 weeks.
I wouldn't be surprised, Taylor, if you had a whole load of white, accidentally had like a red shirt and
I
it turned it all pink and you were like, it's fine. It's a neutral.
Yeah, that too. It's a neutral.
It's a
But sometimes
neutral.
my husband throws his socks in the washer, like if they're just around, and I'm like, and then I'm like, I have to fish them all out because I'm going to do a light load. I'm like, I don't think it would even make a difference, but
Yeah, I definitely use
It
my
might.
washer as a dirty clothes hamper because I
Yeah,
wash
yeah,
everything together. So whenever it's full, I just hit start.
I mean, that's what I have to do now that there's a child in the house. There's like 18 pairs of pants a day. You just throw them in and just hope for the best. Like
yeah.
pudding and stuff all over it. It's gross.
We pray to the laundry gods.
Yeah, that's all you can do.
Well, whoever asked what normal Zoom calls are like, this is kind of it.
Sorry, I feel like I derailed that whole thing.
No, this is typically what happens, We're just going little tangents and
Yeah, it was
so
just an excellent
Taylor,
demonstration instead. Show don't
yeah.
tell.
did you pick a name for your new quilt from the people who like gave
Yes.
names? I don't know if you
I
said.
have to post and like figure out who. I think two people suggested this actually. Um, but I'm going with Daisy Daydream.
Oh,
Cute.
So that was cute. And I think it was I really like Daydream and I like Daisy. So um yeah, I gotta figure out who submitted those and then but yeah, I'm excited. I haven't started writing it yet, but it has curves. You're looking for a nice summer curve pattern, then I got you.
I think it'll
Very
do really
good.
well. Because the release date is end of June-ish.
Hmm.
I think it makes a really good summer quilt.
Yeah, I think I think it's gonna do well. But I have to manifest that every time because I rely off of that. So
Well, you designed it, so you love it. You're like, of
I
course it's
know.
gonna do well. I love
I love
it.
it now, and then once I start writing it, and by the time it comes out, I'm like, oh, I never want to see this quote again.
Yeah. If you ever hear quilt pattern designers talk about like how much they love the pattern, just know that that's like there's
Short lived.
some things in the back of their mind that give them some like, if only I could truly love you.
My favorite one is whatever I last finished.
Yeah, well,
That's my favorite.
my favorite one's whatever my next one is, and I haven't been tainted by the the actual process of writing and doing everything.
Yeah,
Because
there's that.
by the time you're done marketing and everything, that stuff drains you. It's like the extra stuff on top of
Mhm.
the
And
designing.
you've
I
been
love
staring at it
coloring
for
on the
months and
patterns.
months and months and
Staring
months.
at it, staring at the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
coloring them and making all the new mock-ups, and that's
Yeah,
exciting. I like doing that.
that's the fun part.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part right now.
And then I get to the point where it's like, I can't make that many. I want to make, many, but I can't make
Yeah,
that many.
that's true. All right, guys. Well, nice chatting with you, and thanks for joining. See you on Discord, and see you in a couple weeks. I think our next one's in
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 2 weeks, and then we usually kind of do like one every 2 weeks until the end, and then we have an in-between month where everyone can relax and work on the block of the off month or
Finished the quilt.
finish the quilt that they just did, and then are ready for the next song.
Yeah, for those that are new, do not feel bad that you may not finish the quilt by the end of the sew along. That happens all the time. It is completely normal. We had a bunch of messages of the last one being finished up literally the day before
Yeah.
signups opened. So
They're like, I finally finished just in time.
you work at your own on your own timeline. You don't need to compete with anyone. It's not a race. Like
Yeah.
it's totally fine.
It is good to have a buddy system. That would be like,
Mhm.
Okay. Well, good night, guys.
This was fun. I don't know why I was stressing about it all morning.
No, nothing to stress about. We're very casual here.
Like, oh my gosh.
We're like the
All
most
this
casual,
pressure.
just like it's yeah. There's no stress here.
See, I knew it would be casual, but I'm still gonna stress about it.
And that's on anxiety.
Yep.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I
All
know.
right.
I'm
Well,
always
thank
like,
you.
yeah. Bye guys.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.